Looks like a river scenery now, huh, for the pond. Yeah, I power washed around the base of this whole tree. Mostly because I wanted to show the roots of all those yellow roots there. Those are ivy. So I wanted to show all of those. And then I want to blow debris this way so that we could get all these ivy roots exposed. And I did a lot of work back behind here. There was a big pile in that root system. And that is a blackberry back there with it. That cane has been giving me fits for years. So now we're eradicating everything, and then we're putting down some greenhouse fiber that is 3 feet wide. And so from my side, it'll go to the middle 3 feet that way. And so I'm thinking, like, take all of my good mulch and soils and chuck it up over there. And we'll run the fence down, put new weed block down. So we got to get this side work down over here. I don't want to rototill that because I think we're just going to spread it. I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to rototill on my side over there. I think that's pretty open. But now I've got a lot of this trunk opened up, and look at all the rocks coming out of there. Jeez. I have to get in there with a rake or that little 3-4 finger prong and work that around. Probably had raccoons coming through there. And somebody just kept collecting rocks and shoving it in there. Could have even been me years ago. I put nothing past myself at this point in this age. Enough of that dilly-dallying. Let's fire this dude up. Because I turn the water on and it only runs 30 minutes, and my timer turns me on. Woo! Let's try to have control of the water before we turn it on. It's generally a pretty good idea. And we can get some of that cleaned out. Hold on a second. Alright, here we go. On. Oh, come on. They're out. There we go. You can see all that ivy that's in there now. Now you might be wondering, why did I go to all that trouble and drag out the power washer? Well, number one, I want to eradicate all ivy and blackberry vines. So gone. We have to get deep into these root systems, and so to expose them with a pressure washer to me made good sense. It was easy and quick and efficient. It didn't really take a lot of time or water. Number two, by flushing the debris, especially the sand, away from the wood. Now if I go at this stump, see, if I want to put a fence line right through here, well, I can get my circular saw and come here and cut it, and I'm less likely to damage my blade or the chainsaw blade. And the other thing is I wanted to understand what was down there, and now I do. There's literally a rock river flowing next to my cherry tree, and yet another branch, but yet there's these white roots, which are ivy, blackberries, 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 ivy, ivy, ivy. So this has to get dealt with before we go forward. But if you look at this new exposure, it gives me a better idea of where the stump is getting support. Plus, you know, if I have Doug's crew come out and cut this down for me, which I should have done years ago, they will like being able to see this. Yeah, so this is looking good. I'm gonna blast this with just a rigger hose, I think, kind of force some of this out. I want to blast this root section out here because I would like that to go away. But this is really good quality soil that's back in here from the bark that falls off and has degraded into soils. So yeah, this is really nice soil building. But I got it all away from there, which is great. And we've got this ivy exposed. And yeah, right here's our fence line. So now this whole log is not going to give us fits. And hopefully we can tame this ivy by being able to see it, and we can get it all intact. That looks really good. Look at all the little fuzzy roots on those suckers. Yeah, and see, I just don't want to like half-ass do this. I want to like kill all of this crap because these are huge growths and I want them to die and go away. Do not come to Deb's house ever again. But yeah, this is looking good. I think we're about ready to start setting posts here pretty soon. All right, I gotta wash up the power washer, and I do think I'm gonna go over this with the regular hose a bit and just try to tune it up slightly, and then rinse off any leaves from the power washer because all those enzymes will help to like decay your plants. There's all kinds of junk in the soils, and if you leave that splattered on the leaves, you're doing a disservice to your plant. So I want to mop that up. I got some work to do in the back of this building, but now that I don't have this mondo ass huge blackberry vine, look at this stinking thing. Like that's as big as bigger than my thumb. It's huge. It was casting off these vines that were like 15-20 feet tall. So yeah, this is cleaned up now. This is pretty level. I can work here. Build fence. My neighbors are coming Monday, so I'll have them work on the ivy and poisoning the old ivy and all that eradication and preparing it. But I think it's almost time to get the big auger, the 8-inch auger out, so we can set posts. And they'll be here to help me with that too. So, all right, let me get this watering done. I want to see if I can get some of these roots exposed maybe a little more. Yeah, close. And this is not the final in here. This is kind of the base level, but I got rid of, there's some plastic in here and crud, and some of these bigger rocks can get moved. And now I've got these roots pretty well covered. This one that goes next to the cherry, that's a challenge on that one. It's probably going to get torn up with the cherry. But I think I'm going to dig out rocks away from it, and then I can rake in some other better soils to kind of level this until I get them to come out and then take this baby down. So if I can get E-Tray to give me my money back, maybe I'll use that. No, we're going to buy a toilet for the boat. Look at this. This is great though. Really good. That stump is going to be easy to see and manage all of that. Cool. Alright guys. Wow. Look at me getting up and being a little bit productive. It's kind of nice. And I was so lucky today because I brought out with me this big old hunkin' magnet, and I put a tape on it, or a string on it, because I was going to use it to search for a tool. Now, if you ever know that you've got drivers, you know, you got a square head here and a Phillips head, and the ones that I like are the ones that have that on each end. Well, this is kind of one. It's an Irwin, but it's double bitted Phillips, and I dropped it while I was out taking old fence planks off and recovering old screws, and I was not happy, so I was going to come out with my magnet and try to find it. And then today I was raking and I found it sitting on the top of the soil when I turned over a layer. So I consider that a lucky omen to get that back. Here's one of my new tricks. Buy a little cadmium magnet here and just put some adhesive. This is like gutter adhesive that's elastomer caulk, and I put it on my Ryobi, and now like I can keep a whole bunch of screws on there and they're very firm. So yeah, add a real magnet to your tools. That's what I call debutizing it. Well, I'm so excited. We're gonna start mixing concretes in, and setting posts. And then I'm going to have this nice big 8-foot wall here, privacy, quiet screen. It's going to be lovely. And yeah, and I have a little garden back here. Put the loquat tree over here. The birds will have some shade. I don't know, maybe put the loquat somewhere like right in here. And then she can like shade all of this area. And then have a little pond feature over here that has water, you know, just a noise making pond. And then have that reflected off of the walls of the big tall 8-foot fence back here, privacy fence. And then the stump has to come down, but that's for another day. All right, cool. I'm excited that the project's moving forward and I'm getting stuff done. So cheers to that. It's nice and cool, so I gotta put the camera down so I can use my phone to turn the water on. Bye everybody, bye-bye.